The Rock Metal Podcast, episode 76 with Disciples of Babylon. Rock Metal Nation, what is up? This is John from the Rock Metal Podcast. That sample you just heard was Without You by Disciples of Babylon, who I've got on the show with me right now. They're a modern rock band from Hollywood, California, USA. We're going to be listening to that song as well as one other while finding out more information about the band. So guys, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, guys?
John.
Hey, thank you, John.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Dude, you know what's interesting is, as I was saying Hollywood, California, USA, for some strange reason, I started thinking of the Beach Boys. Is that bad?
Oh, no. The Beach Boys
Absolutely
rule.
not.
No, Ramon looks quite a lot like a Beach Boys.
Yeah, definitely. You see a photo of me, it's like, yeah, definitely. I used to, yeah, my grandpa
You're
used
just
to be
missing
one
a
of those.
board, I guess.
Yeah, but
board.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, no, lots of great talent that comes from the area, so not a surprise to have you guys on the show. Definitely a pleasure to have you on. Let's go ahead and listen to this first track, Without You. All right, coming back from Without You, big question for you guys. What is the story or inspiration behind Without You?
Basically, that song just came from another kind of like personal experience in my life that I went through, another relationship kind of thing. And it was just something that, when we started writing the music, I immediately kind of got the sense of what the song was going to be about. And it's just, a song about like basically self-empowering yourself after you're going through a bad thing and just to kind of be able to see through that. So that was the idea and the premise behind it.
Very cool. So you mentioned something about, when I heard the music, so I'm guessing it was a track that was already in the works by the time you got to it?
Yeah, we were working on this track for a while, and actually it was, we had a few different incarnations of it, and once we kind of worked out the melody and the arrangement and everything, that kind of usually dictates what I'm going to write about. And, the song is obviously very kind of aggressive, kind of in-your-face track, so it just lent itself to what I was writing, immediately, so it worked out really well.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to your guys' writing process, is that unique at all to how it is that you guys go about and write tracks?
We have different ways to approach songs, but my majority of the time it's like somebody come with idea, melody, you can call like a melody, a riff, or like a
lick,
hook.
A hook.
And from that, we develop the rest of the song. Every song has been different, the way that we've been doing it. Sometimes just we are like all in a room with acoustic, a cajon, and sometimes it's just like Eric and me, or just Eric bring with a melody idea, or Guy bring our bass riff, and we build a song using that. So it's totally different,
Yeah, yeah, very cool stuff. What brought about the name of the track? Now, I know you mentioned it's a relationship with self-empowerment. I'm guessing seeing through those dark times, pulling yourself through. What inspired the name Without You?
It was just, basically, usually when we start writing and, we're going back and forth with stuff and I'm starting to kind of, figure out what I'm going to be saying. Sometimes words just blurt out and, half the time I'm mumbling the melodies. And so once I got the song back, when I started to work on it on my own, writing the lyrics and getting that part of it taken care of, it immediately just kind of like came out to me, just Without You, and I just kept hearing that in my head, and so it just kind of came out, and then I just kind of started writing around that.
Wow, very cool stuff. Let's go and listen to the next track, Freedom. All right, coming back from Freedom, similar question for you guys. What's the story or inspiration behind Freedom?
With Freedom, this was during the time when I think last year when Fidel Castro had died, the dictator from Cuba, and we're all from different kind of parts of the world, and I'm Cuban, and our songs and the whole idea behind kind of the record and the title was different things that are happening in society, and how people are being oppressed still to this day and age. I mean, look at this country of Cuba, look at North Korea, what's happening. And so that was kind of the inspiration of when we were writing that track. And that one was another very aggressive, probably one of the heaviest songs on the record, if not the heaviest. And that's what just kind of came to mind. It had this kind of driving drum beat that was kind of very tribal and primal, and that's what came out. So it was inspired. The inspiration was Fidel Castro.
Wow. And so I guess my next logical question is that I'm sure that ties into the word freedom, but I guess maybe for you personally, how does that tie into the title of the track?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it ties in every way. I mean, like I said, there's still the people around the world that are being oppressed to this very moment in time, and so I think the song rings true today more than ever, and especially all the craziness that we've got going on in this country. It's just kind of crazy what's happening. So, it was definitely a song that kind of, I think, is, very current.
Yeah. A gentleman, a poet, a scholar.
Basically.
Was there anything unique about the writing process when you guys were working on Freedom?
I think this song was interesting because we had like different sections that we were almost kind of afraid didn't fit together. Because we have like really fast-paced sections and then sections where it goes to like, halftime or whatever, and so like a lot of different feels happening. And I think towards the beginning we felt a little stuck because we weren't sure, like, man, is this gonna fit with this section, or should we just start a new song with this section? And and I think we just ran with it, and we brought it to our producer, and he was like, yeah, this is great, let's just do, let's make these small adjustments. And it just, all of that, it just glued it together, and we were like, yes, this is exactly, what we're looking for. So I think this was probably the one that I think we struggled with this one a lot, but it turned out to be, for me at least, it's one of my favorites. I love the fact that
good, it's heavy,
changes, it
mean.
keeps people interested, and I don't know, I just like it a lot. I think it definitely, we broke through the barriers there. So.
Yeah, we had a disco version of it. You got to check out the disco version of Freedom. It's awesome.
That's so right.
Playing at Ibiza later this year.
Exactly.
The EDM version, Steve Aoki's doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think it all really ties together because, as you were saying, we were struggling with it for a while, and as you were saying that, I just input freedom. We were struggling with freedom for a little while, and then it seemed so metaphysical in a sense, and almost a spiritual sense that, hey, we've got this song about freedom.
Yeah.
And we've got these fast, heavy parts. We've got these slower parts. It's like there's so many elements and mental breakthroughs and spiritual breakthroughs and physical breakthroughs that happen with regard to even just the premise of freedom.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Dude, modern slavery is a thing that I don't think has ever gone since the end of slavery. The official, if you want to put it this way, official end of slavery. Being from Brazil, for example, we have people working in the fields in the countryside, and they work in the field, they get a payment, and then they go back to their homes, and their homes are within, the area of the field of the landlord, so they have to pay a certain amount of fee, and they buy food and things to survive from the little store in the farm, and that store is also owned by the landlord, and they have to pay more money, so they end up being slaves for the rest of their lives working in the field. It's crazy. It's just crazy to think about stuff like that happening in 2017.
Yeah. I mean, not to go on too much of a tangent, but it's even part of the economic structure in a lot of African countries still to this day.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know, and a lot of the slaves are actually even becoming slave masters themselves. It's like that their promotion is becoming the slave master and continuing the system. It's nuts.
It's nuts.
Definitely.
You know, bam, fantastic. What exciting news do you guys have coming up for Rock Metal Nation to pay attention to?
Well, we're celebrating today the release of The Rise and Fall of Babylon, our brand new record, out today. So we're super stoked about that.
Yep.
Fantastic. What does it feel like to finally say that this bad boy is released to the world?
Feels so good, man. I had to admit it. It's been a long process. It's been a long way until we get today. And it feels so good.
It's probably the closest we'll ever feel of giving birth, I think. Being, being all the band members male. And it's
just talking to your girlfriend, like, no, it's like giving birth. Like, seriously.
Exactly. I think it's just like that without the painful, aspect of it.
Every female listening to this show right now saying this is nothing like childbirth.
Now,
rolling their eyes.
Now you wonder, Guy, why they prefer the guitar players always, right?
I know, because bass players are nuts. Yeah. Oh man,
it's like I'm giving birth every night with my fingers, man.
No.
What did he just say? What?
That's awesome.
I'm uncomfortable. I want to go. That's my friend over there. Fantastic. Now, obviously, the next logical question is, so the record is being released today. Where can Rock Metal Nation find this beautiful record?
You can get it on iTunes, on Amazon, Google Play. You can stream it on Spotify. You can also order it at our merch store if you want the actual physical CD for you guys that still like the physical product. And I mean, it's pretty much everywhere. So please go get it, buy it.
Yeah, fantastic. So Rock Metal Nation, if you dug what you heard today, then go ahead over to iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, Spotify, or even the very own merch store if you want to hold a physical copy. However it is that you want to enjoy what you've just heard today, you can definitely pick it up. Now, my next logical question for you guys is, how can Rock Metal Nation find out more about you? Is there a website that they should go to?
Yes, you can go to disciplesofbabylon.com, www.disciplesofbabylon.com. And, of course, we're on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Yep, we're everywhere.
MySpace.
No.
Wait a minute. We don't have MySpace account?
Actually, I think we do have a MySpace.
Really?
I think we do.
Yeah, go to our MySpace, guys.
All right, 5 years ago.
You had to be the guy to pull the MySpace card. That's the first. Man, we're on MySpace. Go check us out.
Dude, was that good? Those times were good, man.
I do. Yeah,
I miss that.
I did enjoy that.
Tila Tequila.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, remember that?
Oh, my goodness gracious. So, Rock Metal Nation, go ahead and head over to disciplesofbabylon.com. And if you're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you can definitely check them out on the social media sites that you peruse. So, guys, unless there's anything else that you'd like to throw out there, I just wanted to thank you for taking time out of your day to come on to the Rock Metal Podcast and share your creativity with Rock Metal Nation.
Yeah, thank you, man, for having us. It's a pleasure.
Yeah,
thank you, guys.
Thank you for your support. Absolutely.
Yeah, we really appreciate your support.
And thank you, everyone, for listening, too. We all, we appreciate all the support we can get, so
thank you.
Thanks for listening.
All right, Rock Metal Nation, hope you just found your new favorite band in Disciples of Babylon. Big thanks again to them for coming on and sharing their music with us. Make sure to head over to www.therockmetalpodcast.ca to get all the information on the show you just heard today. And until then, rock on, Rock Metal Nation.